Over 40 and want to lose stubborn body fat? Today, I'm about to tell you exactly how to do that. I know what I'm doing when it comes to losing body fat. It's important to consider where your current body fat levels are at. As you look at the chart here, you're going to see rough representations of what aesthetically certain body fat percentages look like. Now, why is that even important? Because now you're going to see realistically how long it can take to lose that body fat, in particular to shed out that stubborn body fat, which is your ultimate goal. Most people will consider this time frame to be way beyond what they expected it to be. However, that is the reality. Most people are going to find that body fat comes off from their face first, maybe their chest, maybe their hands, maybe even their feet first, before it goes on to those areas where we all want it to go from, say our belly or our butts, or in my case, my lower back. So why does this happen? Well, I like to use a kitchen roll to resemble the body fat on a body. As we look at the inside of the roll here, these sheets here are your stubborn body fat, and they are surrounded by the rest of the body fat that's on your body. As you begin to peel those layers around and round and round, eventually you're going to get to those inner layers, or in your body's case, your stubborn body fat. And that is the journey that you're on. So what's the best plan for stripping away stubborn body fat? A calorie deficit. Nothing new, I understand. However, why don't we smarten up your approach and speed up your results by adding in a suitable resistance plan that not only gets you losing body fat, but tones up your body at the same time. Now, what else makes resistance training especially suitable for losing body fat is that as your body does lose body fat, it is going to tap into any energy source it can find. And not only is body fat a source of energy, so is muscle. So now what you want to do as you are creating that calorie deficit, you want to ensure that you're not only losing body fat, but you are maintaining your muscle as you lose that body fat. And the best way to do that, bar none, is to resistance train. Now, if you take it one step further and you make sure that that resistance training is suitable for you, i.e. it doesn't get you hurt, the risk to reward is in your favor, then you are being super smart. And that is even more important as we age. So let's take, for example, a press up. Now, for those that have tried to do a press up is actually quite hard to do. Now, you could swap out a press up for, say, a dumbbell chest press on the floor. Now here the weight is actually going to be lighter, but you're still going to be working similar muscle groups. Let's get back to that calorie deficit. Now we all know that means you have to do some form of dieting, i.e. you need to restrict or change the way you eat in some way to create a calorie deficit. Now that does not mean that you have to track all the food that you eat. In fact, as you begin your journey, it's probably not the smartest option at all. The smarter thing to do would be take smaller steps that don't seem so overwhelming and make you want to just jump off and forget the whole stubborn fat loss journey. So if you simply stick to something that is much more maintainable, it may be that you stick to having 3 meals per day and 1 snack and nothing else. That is going to be enough to get you in a calorie deficit. Of course, as you start to strip down that body fat and you get nearer to your body fat goals, you may then need to step up your efforts and begin to track your food. You can also make sure that the calories you are eating come from good sources. Now, what do I mean by good sources? In this case, you want to ensure that you are getting protein with every meal and fiber. And fiber can improve your gut health as well as reduce your risk of certain diseases. Both protein and fiber will keep you full for longer, but that is not the reason why I'm suggesting them. The reason is that protein is not only going to help fuel your muscles, but it's also going to help repair them and restore them. Particularly as you carry on your resistance training efforts, you're going to gain all the benefits. All right, enough about the calorie deficit and resistance training. What else can you do to reduce stubborn body fat? Add some walking. Now, I'm not going to suggest that you go in and try and hit that magical figure of 10,000 steps from day one. Increase gradually, go at the pace that suits you. However, talking about pace, that's where I want you to really focus on. As you go for your walks, try and raise the pace of your walk. Maybe you're walking uphill a little bit, but also just increasing the cadence of your walking. Why? Because that is going to increase your heart rate. It's going to make sure that your heart rate goes up and back down again as you go through your walking. As you do reduce your body fat, you're probably going to start to feel less energized. And that means that exercise is going to become harder to do. However, walking has a very low barrier of entry. What I mean by that is it's a form of exercise that is probably one of the easiest to maintain and sustain. Now, this is a really important part. As your energy levels go down, so will your NEAT. What's that? NEAT is basically activity that you're doing without thinking about it. So examples could be fidgeting or even cleaning. Now, you will not even become aware that those activities are dropping, but over time that makes a significant drop in your calorie expenditure. Okay, so we could just leave our stubborn fat loss efforts there, but I want to give you just a little bit more to really boost your stubborn fat loss results. First up, sleep. Now, I'm pretty sure you're aware of how important sleep is, but what I'm really talking about is creating some form of sleep regulation. Now, that means that going to bed at a similar time every night or most nights and getting up at a similar time every single day is going to help get your body into a natural rhythm. And that over time is going to help increase your energy. And as we just established, as you get closer to your fat loss goals, energy is going to be paramount. So sleep works very well in life, but it also works incredibly well when it comes to losing body fat. Another advantage to having more energy and getting better sleep is that that is going to reduce your cravings for food. And again, that is key when it comes to losing body fat. And finally, as the most common area of stubborn body fat is in the belly region, it makes perfect sense to follow an ab workout routine. Now, I'm not suggesting that you do core routines so that you're going to spot reduce the fat in your belly, because that isn't going to happen. But what will happen is as you begin to lose that body fat, you will reveal your toned, sculpted abdominals, as well as prevent lower back pain and protect your core region in general. So there is every reason to do a good quality core workout. If you consistently take action on all the points raised in this video, you are going to create your own stubborn fat loss success story. But my last tip would be, if you really want to make this a successful journey, implement those changes at a pace that suits you. So implement your walking when you're ready, increase it when you're ready, build it into your life in such a way that it works well for you and is sustainable. That way you are going to build those healthy habits and not only do them for your stubborn fat loss success, but also to improve your overall quality of life. If you enjoyed this video, then please click the subscribe button below to be notified of new videos when they come up, and please check out theworkingbody.com for your health and fitness needs.